The most important thing that I want to convey to you is that you give your all. A lot of things will be out of your control. It happens. The only thing that you can always, 100% of the time, and this is important, 100% of the time control is the amount of effort, that you put into each attempt. That you can control every single time. I am going to give every drop, every ounce, every piece of energy within me. I'm going to expand it on this attempt. When I go home and sit on my couch in front of my TV, I can look back on what I did this day and be satisfied. I can be satisfied that I gave my all. You cannot ask more from any man or woman to give their utmost, to give everything that you have. Once you've given your all, you cannot do more than that. You fail to get a lift in the gym, or you fail to do something, unimportant. What is important is that you give it your motherfucking all, each and every time. You cannot fail if you give it your all. That is what is important.
You got to put your whole self in, right? You got to cut off the cell phone. I need cell phones off. Listen to me. Some of you going to be broke for the rest of your life because of that little thing on the side. You're going to be broke for the rest of your life because of the little cell phone. I don't play cell phone games. I play the equity game. I own 2 homes. I need you to study like you've never studied before. I need you up all night long studying. So listen to me. I need you to give 120%.
So this is what I want to think, what you guys think on. I want you to think about how much you're actually putting in. How much are you actually putting in? Are you putting in enough to get by and then pretend like you're going to win? Or are you really putting in your best effort?
Let's go, let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. It is the start of a new month, jumping into May. More blessings, more abundance, more success coming in. So I couldn't be more grateful and excited for each and every one of you for the blessings coming to and through you. So before we go ahead and dive into today's topic, I got a great topic for you today: how to go ahead and dominate 2022 and break the bad habits and leave them in the past and step into the new you. So before we go ahead and get started, drop some gratitude down below. Let me know, what are you grateful for coming in today? Grateful for God, grateful to be healthy, grateful to be alive, grateful to be able to take advantage, grateful for the family, grateful for each of you, and grateful for all of the blessings coming into the organization these next 3 to 6 months going towards Arizona. So let's go ahead and dive into today. All right, y'all ready? Let's go. How to go ahead and dominate 2022. Get your pen and papers out. Let's go ahead and get into it, right? I've got a handful of keys for you coming into today. This one's going to be heats, all right? In the past, I'm going to tell you right now, in the past 4 or 5 years that I've been locked in with entrepreneurship, I've never been so excited than right now. Why? Because you have to understand one thing. In every disaster, there's opportunity, right? So while most people are freaking out, now we can actually go ahead and take advantage of the times we're living in. If you could go back and invest in Facebook in 2004, how many of you guys would have made that decision? Well, guess what? 2022, Facebook just changed the name to Meta. So now we have the opportunity to catch some of these waves before the masses have any idea what's going on. So first things first, habit number 1. All right, let me see how many habits I got for you. I've got 6 habits to go ahead and dominate 2022. All right, number 1. Stop changing your mind, all right? This is so important when it comes to getting to the next level. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and you're wondering why you're not seeing the success that you're looking for is because you're not going deep enough and you're spreading yourself too thin, right? If you look at the acronym FOCUS, follow one course until successful, right? You've got to be willing to go ahead and put both feet in if you really want to take this thing seriously. And I'll give you an example, right? This is something that I never forgot. What does 1 foot in and 1 foot out look like? Okay, I want you guys to go ahead and stand up right now. Stand up, and I want you to plant 1 foot, and I want you to just move around with the other foot. Okay, just walk. And what you're going to notice is you're going to keep spinning in circles because 1 foot is planted and the other one is moving. So it's going to take both feet to actually move to get the needle going forward. Okay, so stop changing your mind. I'm going to tell you what it costs you when you keep changing your mind 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's going to cost you friendships. It's going to cost you relationships. It's going to cost you your business. So everything that you do, you've got to be willing to go all in, right? Go all in or don't do it at all. All right. If you keep changing your mind, no one's going to take you seriously, right? If you develop yourself for 2 days straight and the next 4 days, I see memes, I see you have no habit, you have no routine, you have no schedule. Well, guess what? Let me ask you the question. Would you join you? People want to be with somebody that is consistent. So the first thing that you have to think about is how can I go ahead and really be consistent running into this next 3 to 6 month sprint, okay? Last but not least, for habit number 1, people want to see consistency and predictability when they work with you, right? They want to know you're going to show up. They want to know that you are going to be there when they are not feeling the same. Next, number 2, arguing, okay? I need you to stop worrying about what negative people have to say about what it is that you're doing, okay? If you're not willing to switch bank accounts, if you're not willing to switch lifestyles, cars, and houses, stop worrying about what other people have to say about what it is that you do. Because here's the truth, okay? In entrepreneurship, most people, they're not going to believe you. They're not going to be able to see your vision. They're not going to be able to see what you see. That's why you were blessed with your own eyes for a reason. So you know what I do with people that told me, D, what you're doing, I don't think that's going to work. You're wasting your time. Kill people with success. Kill people with your consistency. I don't waste time arguing with anybody. You know what? There's some people that were like, yo, D, I'll join when you make money. I made money. I'll join when you traveled. I'll join when you go ahead and impact hundreds and thousands of lives. Did that, right? All of these different things, and they're still not in the business. So you've got to understand that's just how some people are, right? They're just not going to be able to see what you see, but that shouldn't deter you from where it is that you're going, okay? Next, people watch your feet. They don't watch your words. So you can tell people you're ready to go all in, you're ready to go chairman, you're ready to hit a 6-7-figure trading account, but what are you really doing behind the scenes? This is something I had to check myself as well, right? Because we go to events, we get around the energy, but then when we get back by ourselves, now where is that feeling? And I've come to tell you, this is the secret. Being able to be alone and be conscious of working on yourself. Most people, they don't like to be alone. Why? Because you're so busy thinking somebody else's thoughts, you haven't taken the time to really work on yourself. When you start working on yourself, when you start becoming a better version of yourself, you're going to start inspiring other people to do the same. And now, even if you got 1,000 negative messages, guess what? You're going to start having those positive messages come in and say, yo, Nikki, I needed that piece of content. Shane, thank you for the encouragement today. Horizon J, I see the growth. And that alone is worth more than any amount of money because now you're able to impact. And impact is going to leave a ripple effect if you stay consistent. Habit number 3, accountability. This is huge, okay? If I were to give you one tip today, find somebody and create an accountability partner, right? Why? Because it's kind of like going to the gym. You might go to the gym and you might only do 10 reps by yourself, but when you have somebody that's with you, now they're going to be able to push you and actually spot you to get those couple extra reps that you didn't know you had left in you, okay? So even in my life, I had accountability partner, right? And I'm not going to say it's almost a competition, but healthy competition is good, right? To be able to go ahead and push each other. That's where real growth comes from. So believe it or not, accountability is the glue which commitment leads to results. Okay, so you need an accountability partner. So if you don't have one, let's figure that out today. Habit number 4, relationships. Okay, if you look at anybody as a number, if you look at anybody on your social media, anybody that you go ahead and meet in person as a number, you're not going to see success. Okay, truth be told, anybody that you actually create a relationship with, I want you to change the way that you spell relationship. It's not R-E-L, relationship. It's R-E-A-L, relationship, real relationship. You see, at the end of the day, people are not just joining the company. They're not just joining trading and crypto and the metaverse. Guess what? They're joining you. So you've got to be able to take the time to really be interested in other individuals and not just be interesting, right? I want to know what their vision is. I want to know why they're doing what they do. I want to get in depth with their emotions, because now at the end of the day, their why is going to end up becoming your why. That's the beauty of this business. You see, I'm not just getting up every day just for me anymore. I know where some of you came from. I know that some of you didn't have food in your fridge growing up. Some of you grew up in disgusting parts of town. Some of you didn't even grow up inside of this country, and you had a very tough childhood. So guess what? Your why to become successful has now became mine. Your goals have now transmuted into mine as well. So when you start to look at people as real relationships, when you start to look at somebody as you can really impact and touch their life, the conversation is going to be different. The energy is going to be different. They're going to feel that on the other side. So when you start putting out content, don't put out the content just for you. Put out the content with the mindset of, how can I give value? How can I really help this person? Because if you think about a doctor, what do doctors do? They figure out the problem and they find a solution. You see, the same thing happens with relationships. We're figuring out the problem in their life and we're helping them find a solution. Maybe they're working 2 jobs and they're stressed out and they're working too much. Well, guess what? Now I know that they're working too hard and not just smart. But I had to take the time to dig in to build the relationship first, to be able to understand what they truly wanted, so I could actually give them what was going to help them out. Okay. Number 5, fixing yourself. This is big. Fixing yourself. Stop worrying about trying to fix everybody else's. Drop a 5 down below if you feel like you've been a little bit drained because you're spending so much time fixing other people's problems, right? How many of you guys can relate? You see, I believe when you get you right, the world will become right. The world will start moving in your favor. That's why I tell you guys a lot. You're going to win in life before you win in business. When you start eating better, when you start getting up early, when nobody has to push you to get up and jump on these calls, call your mentor, plug in, show up, that's when your business is really going to start moving for you. Why? Because you're being intentional, right? You have a motive for everything that you're doing. You're getting organized. You have a to-do list now. And guess what happens? Now the world's going to move out of your way. Now people are going to see your work ethic. They're going to see your passion. They're going to see your determination, and they're going to want to rock with that. Everybody's looking to follow somebody, but you have to be the one to go ahead and lead the way first. And when you start to change yourself, things begin to change for you. You start to see things different. The things that used to get you upset, the things that used to bug you, guess what? You flick them away now. I don't even see that anymore, right? I lost a trade. That's okay. There's another one that's coming next. Somebody didn't believe in my vision. Guess what? There's 8 billion people out there. So the things that used to bother you, now you see things different. And this is where you start to become powerful, because you're not worried about other people's opinions. You're no longer worried if nobody else sees your vision, because you understand that you create your life. You are the superstar in your own movie. All right. What do I got? It's my last one for you. Number 6, create new habits. All right. Create new habits. Let's go ahead and do a quick evaluation for the month of April. And this is huge, okay? Right? To do this not only every week, but we definitely need to do this once a month. So go ahead and write this down. What are 3 things that you did well for the month of April? 3 things that you did well, right? Maybe your morning routine was great. Maybe you were hitting the gym. Maybe you were conscious about what you were eating. You started drinking some alkaline water, right? You started being intentional. Now be on the other side. What are 3 things that you didn't do well? Maybe you were getting up late. Maybe you didn't stay in contact with your mentor. Maybe you weren't really plugging in to what you have access to, okay? Now you've got to write 3 things that you're going to implement into your life to go ahead and make a change, because here's the deal. If nothing changes, nothing changes. You can't change your future with the same mindset that you created this one with. So we're going to have to think different to get different results. So what are the new habits that we need to go ahead and implement into the routine? Maybe you need to go ahead and get your podcast going. Maybe you need to go ahead and start getting your episodes going on a weekly basis. So I don't know what that is for you. You got to take today to figure out how you can implement those new habits to get new results. So here's what I know. Let today be the day that you give up who you've been for who it is that you are to become. Leave the old you in the past. Leave those old habits, the old mindsets, the old broke thoughts. Leave that back there, because the new you that's here right now, you're stepping into greatness. You're stepping into a whole dimension that you thought you could if you make the decision and if you have the belief. So who you become tomorrow is dependent on what you do today. And I believe each and every one of you are ready for the blessings that's coming into your life. So if you guys got any value from today, smash the like button, drop down below, drop some sevens, because here's the deal. I know that greatness is on the way. It's just a matter of time for it to catch up. So family, I love you. It is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. If you can hold it in your head, you can hold it right here in your hand. Go out and be great. First day of the month. Let's get to work, family. It's game time.